Yeah, I have so many thoughts. I think that it's goodness, I'm trying to figure out where to go. I always say I have a popcorn of thoughts, so if they've just popcorn. So I think I'm thinking several layers in the professional world and in the personal world. So in the professional
Mhm.
world, I'm noticing similar experiences where there are connections to various types of information that confirms certain thoughts and feelings.
Mm,
And then mental health providers will provide services according to what they are reading and seeing. Some of it's rooted in fact, some of it's not.
mm,
So I think that's important to just keep in mind as professionals. What are we consuming and is it accurate or not? I guess to give a little bit more, kind of making it a
mhm.
bit more vague, but I'll give an example. So pre-pandemic, there were a lot of articles popping up about how dangerous technology is, how it's the worst thing ever. I'm being a little exaggerative, but that's basically the headlines are flashy, right? I
Th
mean,
this
that's
is
kind
in,
of
like, industry publications?
nope.
Oh, just in general?
Yep, in general. But I was
Oh, okay.
noticing I appreciate the clarification, yeah, because I was noticing this in the professional realm, but it was for just general articles for
Hmm,
the general public.
mhm,
But I would see so many flashy headlines and people would then start to post them and express concern. But when you actually look more into the articles, they're blog posts, they're opinion based. So I think that sometimes there might be further advancement of panic
mhm,
about technology because of the content that some of the professionals are consuming as well. So that's
mm,
one level. The other
mm,
level is with, personal, like parents and just our own um, general engagement. I think if we're talking about articles specifically, it's the same type of experience. But if we're talking about experience, actually playing these games, depending on the content that people are consuming is going to ultimately flavor the perspective about what's happening. And sometimes that furthers mental health struggles. It's the
mm,
perception that it's bad. It's so interesting how many times people will come into my sessions and think that they are bad or think that they're doing something in an unhealthy way. And sure,
hmm,
you might need to work through some balance. I get that. I own that. In our work, I appreciate that they're aware of that.
mhm,
And how much of mental health struggle is us thinking that we have struggles? Like, how
hmm.
much of mental health and in technology
So it's almost a self-fulfilling
yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy.
thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Interesting.
It's really about perspective. I had someone who came to me and was, talking about some information they were seeing on, social media. And they're like,
Yeah.
"Do I have this?" I was like, "Let's unpack this a little bit." It's the information that we're consuming that teaches us. We learn about ourselves from how
Yes,
other people tell us that we are.
yes.
And so if people are telling us that we're bad or this is not good or this is unhealthy, then we're going to think that. Now, of course, I don't want to knock the fact that some of that is accurate, right? There
Right.
absolutely is unhealthy technology use. There
Mhm,
absolutely are things that we need to be aware of. You know, the thoughts of addiction online, the concerns of cyberbullying, of predatory behaviors, of
mhm,
access to
mhm,
content that is not should not be accessed at certain ages. I understand all of that. Absolutely. Those are things that absolutely need to be addressed.
mhm.
Technology as a whole though, I think because so many people perceive it in a different way because adults did not grow up with technology the same way that kids did or do,
Mhm. Mhm.
the perception is different. The perception is it's bad. Then the child is taught this is bad. Then the child feels bad when really, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cycle.
Yeah.
And it's that's not necessarily the case. Sure, again, balance might be necessary, but it's
This
not
is